Hello there, my name's Tracy Elsom and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in Canada, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome also to 2022. This is a little late actually, despite the fact it's 2022, but I'm going to show you how I make my annual easel calendar. This is one that I made previously for sale here at a craft fair, and basically the easel works like that. This is using old paper, so I'm going to show you how to make that easel calendar using a new suite from Stampin' Up! That's available from January the 4th, and it's the Honeybee Home stamp set, the Honeybee Blooms dies, and also the Hive 3D embossing folder. Those are all new. So I'm going to show you very quickly. I have done some of the preparation in advance so that the video isn't too long, but I'll show you basically how it works and then you can do it for yourself at home. So first of all, I have a piece of cinnamon cider card. It is 4¼ inches by 11¼ inches, and I scored it at 2¾ and 5½. And let me just clarify, 4¼ by 11. I think I just said that wrong. Scored at 2¾ and 5½. And so then, having scored it, sharpen the creases with a bone folder, and that gives you the basic easel shape. So once I have that, I then have another piece of cinnamon cider card, and this one will fit exactly on the front, so it's 4¼ by 5½. Onto that I'm going to put this piece of pale papaya card, and this has been embossed using the Hive 3D embossing folder. So this side, you can see it's debossed, it's pushed in, and then you have the reverse. Both sides are lovely, and the reason I like this particular embossing folder is that the design is quite small, so you can use it in small pieces and it still looks really nice. So what I'm going to do to start is, this piece of pale papaya card is 4 by 5¼ and I'm just going to use some Tombow glue, and you really don't need a lot. A line around the edge is sufficient to hold card to card. I can assure you, if you try that, stick 2 pieces of card together with just a line of Tombow, give it a minute to dry and then try and separate them, you'll appreciate how strong that adhesive is. But it gives me just a few seconds to get things into place. So having got that piece stuck on, my next job is to attach this to the base to make the easel. So where you have the 3 sections, we're just going to put glue on this small one here. Again, you don't need a lot of glue. I'm just going to put a bead of multi-purpose liquid glue around there. Then if I close it up, it's easy to line up the pieces, press them into place, give it a minute to dry, and that will stay where it's supposed to be. And there is the basic easel already done. So for the inside, I'll do that bit next. I have another piece of pale papaya card, again embossed with the Hive 3D embossing folder, and again it's just a bead of glue, and so if that's the front, this is the inside. And by doing these bits first, it's easy to not get confused as to which bits go where. So there we are, there's the basic easel. Now for the actual calendar, I have a stitched calendar that my daughter purchased for me online. She's in the UK and she got me a selection of these. So basically, if you just search online, Google mini calendar or calendar tab, you'll be able to find companies that will supply in your region and at the various prices. This one I've got here, so all I've done is cut a piece of card that's 1/8 of an inch bigger all round. So this piece of cinnamon cider card is actually 2 1/8 by 3 1/8. And what I'm going to do, before I attach that to that, I want to create a means of having a pen on my easel calendar. So here I have beautiful fine art ribbon. It's 3/8 inch wide. It's very soft and it works very well for this. So I'm just going to fold it in half. There's 4 inches of ribbon there. I'm going to put my pen in to make sure that it will fit. And then I've got a stapler. This is a retired Stampin' Up stapler, but any stapler will do. And I'm just going to staple that ribbon onto that piece of card, make sure it's nice and firm. Now with that in place, I can hide the staples underneath the calendar. So again, just some liquid glue. Flip that over and stick the calendar into place. And don't forget, your piece of card will depend on the size of the actual calendar you get. They're all around the same size, about 2 inches by 3 inches roughly. Okay, so now that piece is going to go there. I'm going to grab some Stampin' Dimensionals. And the reason I like to use Stampin' Dimensionals for this part of the design is because it creates a little bit of a gap to accommodate that ribbon there. And let's go all out and put 6 on. And then this piece, this is the front of the easel, this is how it's going to stand, so that goes there. It's always worth just double checking with the way that your card is folded. Better to check it and have to turn it around rather than sticking it on and discovering it's the wrong place. So there's your easel, there's the calendar, there's the pen. Now we just need to put the post-it notes on, and for that I have cut some of this really pretty paper. This is from the Heart and Home DSP. It's one of the sheets in the Heart and Home, and you'll see it's got bumblebees on there. There are 3 different designs. There's this one here facing to the right, there's this one facing to the left, and there's this one that you see the full bee. These 3 all coordinate with dies from the Honeybee Blooms stamp set. That's Honeybee Blooms dies, I should say. And that one goes there like that, and that one goes there like that. And you see a little bit sticking out, which is for the antenna. So you can get cut lots of bees out of this sheet if you want, or you can just stamp them and cut out the stamped ones. So what I have done is I've cut a 4 inch by 3 1/8 inch piece of this paper, and I have a post-it note pad, which is a 3 by 3 pad. I'm going to turn it over. The nice thing with this particular design of paper is it's got a fairly neutral background pattern, so that when you open up the cover, it's not going to be upside down. It's not going to be a problem. So so this piece is 4 by 3 1/8, so it's just slightly bigger than the pad. I'm just going to fold it up like that. and having taken off the backing sheet off the pad, this automatically sticks. But now I want to use this, and I'm going to stick that to a 3¼ by 3¼ inch piece of cinnamon cider card. And again, by using the liquid glue, I get a chance to just slide things over and line them up how I want to line them up. There we go, and then we can see we've got the bumblebee there. And then this piece, another bead of glue, try not to drop it, and that goes in there like that. And that's the basic easel done. We have post-it note pad, we have the calendar, and we have the pen. I'll just sharpen that crease a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so I'll close that up for a little bit. Now I just want to add a bumblebee or two and a sentiment. So from the Honeybee Home stamp set, I've got this bumblebee, and I have Memento black ink, and it really is as simple as pressing and stamping. So I did that a few minutes ago, and I cut the bumblebee out with the die in the set, and I just wanted to show you quickly how I coloured him in. So I have Stampin' Blends here in Daffodil Delight. I'm going to start with the dark one, and with small areas I usually try and colour using the bullet tip rather than the brush tip. And what I'm going to do is just colour from the edge of the body, but I'm not going to colour all the way across. You see I've left a gap down the centre of the body. Now with the light Daffodil Delight, I'm going to just go over that section. It's quite subtle, but it just gives that impression of a lighter section down the middle, which makes the bumblebee look a little bit more rounded. And then I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella, because every bumblebee deserves to have a little bit of shimmer and shine, and this is a clear Wink of Stella glitter brush. And I'm just going to paint his wings like that, as I did on that first one. So, and then for a sentiment, I have a 1/2 inch by 2¼ inch piece of pale papaya card, and I'm using this stamp set called Days to Remember, and I just want this little don't forget sentiment from that, again with Memento black ink, Tuxedo black. I'm going to stamp, if I don't get my head in the shot. There we go. So I'll just stamp that, and then we'll add some glue to the back of that. And I'm going to put that just on here, lining it up with the edge of the DSP, with the edge of that paper. Then I'm going to get one of my bumblebees and I'm going to fix him just there like that. And I'm going to take the second one, and I think he deserves a little Stampin' Dimensional. And we'll push him on the front like that. And there we are. 2022 calendar, some nice little bumblebees, the Hive embossing folder, and this beautiful patterned paper. And there, put it by the phone, put it by your desk. When you're asked about a date, you've got the date, you've got the post-it notes, and you've got a pen all to hand. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you'll have a look at the new mini catalogue so you can see these products that are available. And I hope you'll give this a try.